Asaba, capital of Delta State, South Nigeria, is strategically located on a hill and overlooks the city of Onitsha across the River Niger Bridge. It has a metropolitan population of over 500,000 people. Up until the last 6.5 years, the town was always referred to as a glorified state capital, a rustic town with limited infrastructure to give it a befitting status. Today, it is one of the fast developing and fascinating city centers in Nigeria.
Several years ago, we never had it so good with the access roads everywhere, buildings, offices, and a lot of infrastructural development. It has done so much. Asaba is really growing. It's a very neat city.
To give urban renewal concept a premise and legal teeth, Governor Ifeanyi, upon taking over the reins of governance, created the Ministry of Urban Renewal and the State Capital Territory Development Agency to transform the State Capital Territory into a well-planned, fast-developing, clean and beautiful city.
The Urban and Regional Planning Law will enable us have a planned development of our state, so it will be possible to continue to develop our urban cities within the context of the law without really having any challenges on the way.
Today, the city has one of the busiest airports in Nigeria. The nightlife, fun hangouts and amusement sports and hospitality of the people have combined to make Asaba one of the fantastic places to live in Nigeria. By getting urban development rights in the last 6.5 years of the Governor Kowa's administration, the state capital has experienced a tremendous change as lots of infrastructures have been put on the ground. There has been increasing economic growth through the job and wealth creation, increase in physical buildings, construction of new infrastructures, and remodeling of old ones such as roads, creation of green areas, tree planting, and many more.
The importance of developing a city cannot be overemphasized, because a city that is experiencing tremendous growth, you need to plan for the growth of that city. You need to provide roads infrastructure, which is being done in Asaba tremendously. You can see what's happening here. You need to add facilities, that the secretariat and so many things that they are doing. So all these are things that when you do it, economy will grow, people will become fully employed, and you will notice that it impacts seriously on crime rate.
Delta, being one of the coastal states in Nigeria, is not immune to flooding and the many challenges that come with it. So is the state capital flood prone. As a result of that, a large chunk of the state resources was dedicated to the construction of Asaba underground storm drainage with concentric surface drains crisscrossing most parts of Asaba into deeper and wider underground channels through Okpanam, Cabinet Road, and the Government House, which continue to the Anwai River. Today, residents of Asaba are no longer threatened by the rainy season, as the massive flooding that overwhelmed the city before now has been thrown into the dustbin of history.
The governor has constructed over 70 kilometers of major drainage channels since he took office, with about 13 kilometers of associated roads. 2 massive drainage projects. In fact, one of them is about 3 meters by 3 meters in dimension, and we are also working on more.
I've been to Asaba during the rainy season. What it used to be is not the present situation now anymore. We now have measures that have been put in place that even when it rains, as against what it used to be, where cars might not be able to ply the roads. Now when it rains, in few seconds, everywhere is dried as if nothing has happened.
Visitors now throng Asaba, the state capital, for business and pleasure, as the capital is not only wearing a modern urban look, but now rated one of the fastest growing cities in the country. This has been made possible through huge investments in infrastructure. Many roads that were in a sorry state, such as the Mariam Babangida, Okwanam cable points, have been given a facelift. Other roads that have been turned around are DLA Road, Jesus Saves Road, and so many other interconnected roads. Since the completion of these roads, businesses and economic activities in these areas have been boosted.
This DLA road bad, they know they talk am. You know if you access this road to the end, one big water side dey that Standard Life junction there. I remember vividly, me and my children don't fall for that water like 3 times before they can't tie the road finally now. That made me say, Okowa don't try. Because if not being tied this road, by now all this place business not go dey boom. Everywhere don't be dead zone. When make now everybody don't they rush up for DLA, even houses not increase because they don't they access the road.
Governor Ifeanyi Okowa, I would say is very positive. He has enhanced the life of a lot of citizens in Delta State. This is Mariam Babangida Road. I can tell you that I used to know the road when the road was not dualized. Now I can say that there's a huge difference. So when they say he's a road master, I think they're saying what they really know. He has done so well on that aspect.
Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa is a godsend. Since he came into Delta State, things have changed, whether they like it or not. Whoever, even the blind, can feel it. Go around Asaba, you will see a difference in Asaba. Imagine the road, look at the beauty. Come to my area, Jesus Save. There's a certain place that when it rains like this, maybe flood will carry small children, cars will sink, but come today is the thing of the past.
Another of such is the Umuaji Road, from the popular Stop Abortion to Obeke Square. There we spoke with some of the shop owners who told us how bad the road has been for more than 2 decades and the huge transformation they have experienced since the construction of the road by the Governor Okowa-led administration.
Since when they work on the road, my business have changed. The road is really helping us a lot. Actually, I'm very grateful to God and also to my able governor, His Excellency Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, for the good work he has been doing to the people of Umoda and Obeke Square as a whole and entire Asaba.
I've been in this role for the past 20 years or more than. Many governors have come and gone, but Governor Okowa came in and did a very marvelous work in this road. Can now boast of at least sales because the students now comes into this road. I want to say a very big thank you to Governor Okowa.
Our next stop was at Idumugbe and Kwekabo by Obeke Square in Umuonaje quarters. Smart Delta team paid a visit to Ogbueshi Chike Eboka, a chief from Asaba, who is also from Umuonaje quarters. He shared his experience of how the road was and was full of thanks to the government for remembering the route of Asaba city.
Among the whole roads in Asaba town, it's one of the best roads, this Obeke houses. But when the road started going down, potholes and everything, the whole governors, nobody cared to know what is happening inside here. Now when Okowa came in, Okowa did a wonderful thing, this area. I am so happy now that anytime I want to go out, I go freely and come back.
Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa is not relenting. Rather, he has recently awarded more roads in the state capital. Our quest took us to the newly awarded road that is under construction at Asaba Housing Estate, specifically Ave Maria Street and an adjoining streets, Dunstan Avenue. Smart Delta spoke with the supervisor on site, who showed us around the site and told us the quality of work being done.
So far, we have done some earthwork, we are doing drain, and we are filled. After filling, before we talk about stone basin, then asphalted. Okowa is such a governor that have the mindsets of the people. He's the road master. We pray that the next governor that is coming will carry on from good work that Okowa have been doing.
6 years now.
Smart Delta team also spoke with the first occupant of the streets, Sister Rosemary, whose streets was named after Ave Maria Street. She didn't pass up the chance to relieve her ordeal and thanked Governor Okowa for staying true to his promises.
Is that when I call this everywhere bush? People they ask me why we go stay here. 6 years now. I mean they do this shit. One fearful day we go pray a mountain. Before I come back, water don't fall. Full carry everywhere. Even on my phone, I cried that day. It's in 2 weeks now. I come back, say that they do the road, and they dance. Say, God, thank you for what you have done. And I pray for my father, Ifeanyi Okowa. God will bless him. God will protect him. God will guide him. and we'll get another post in Jesus' name.
Anytime that rain falls.
Some other residents and shop owners along the streets also expressed a sigh of relief.
When rain fall, we'll park our cars outside because after rain, we experience water on the road maybe 2-3 days before the thing will dry. Okowa, as a governor, I say God bless him. They have been doing a marvelous job as a governor.
I'm very happy because God remember us, because even though in our dream, if they even tell us that they will do this road, say we will not even believe. It was very terrible. Rainy season, no, we don't used to even come out. But I thank God as they have do the road now, the street will be more developed. So I really thank God. I'm very happy.
The new interchange being built at the Coca Junction will link the city center to the rest of the capital.
A lot of people coming from all over the southeast and south, and this is their route onto Lagos and elsewhere. And when they come to Asaba and they get locked in hours of gridlock, it's just not right. But so the government, in his own wisdom, thought, okay, we don't need to become a nuisance to the rest of our neighbors. Let's create this flow that allows them to come in and go out in real time. But essentially, what you will find is that the place becomes much more beautiful. There's much more commerce. People are now finding it much easier rather to come in here, do their shopping, do their relaxation, and then move on. They're more at ease. So this is just a way of elevating the state capital some more.
To give Asaba a befitting status, some very important infrastructures have been put in place in the last 6.5 years. A good example is the recently inaugurated world-class Professor Chike Edozian Secretariat. It is a masterpiece. This sprawling, ultra-modern Central Secretariat complex has enhanced the architectural beauty of the Asaba landscape. A fully equipped and functional library and the Court of Appeal complex are all located on the previously abandoned, non-motorable Mariamba Babangida Road. Businesses and economic activities in this area have since seen a tremendous change. Some other physical infrastructures are the Traditional Rulers Council Secretariat and the Stephen Keshi Stadium.
Smart Delta.
Honey, you're still here?
Oh, sweetheart, yes. You know we are having more investors now in our city, and I'll be consulting for some.
I'm not surprised that we are having more investors now in Delta State. You know, Governor Kowa has been able to bring peace in the whole of Delta State.
Very true.
I heard he has upgraded the Asaba International Airport.
Oh yes. Even people from our neighboring states come to Asaba now to make their trips home and abroad.
Governor Kowa.
Eugene.
Fred, long time at Delta now.
We dey Abuja.
We dey do well for Abuja. We dey see the good things where Governor Kowa dey do, man.
We thank God.
Asaba, the fastest growing city in Nigeria.
Governor Kowa don't give us biggest state secretariat for the whole Nigeria.
Governor Kowa, the urban developer. You know, say people think say na just road Kowa they do. They don't know say na Oranda. I just say still build the traditional ruler secretariat.
Eugene, Governor Kowa matter. If we start to talk, I go late go work.
All right now, have a nice day.
Oh, bye. Governor Kowa matter. No get end.
Governor Okowa came prepared.
Smart Delta.
The construction of bridges and flyovers, modern transportation facilities, modern markets, and provision of electricity, potable water, and other public utilities have eased commercial activities and consequently enhanced the economic growth and personal well-being of Deltans. Undoubtedly, it has been a period of boom for artisans, petty traders, and suppliers in the construction and allied industries in the state.
Delta State today have an investment-friendly environment. What we are putting up here is an international standard market that can be compared with what is around the globe. The advantage is enormous because a lot of persons from different parts of the country, even outside the country, will want to be part of what is happening here. We have close to 1,000 lock-up shops. And these lock-up shops have modern facilities.
The governor has really done so much. And this light he did at night, it's a very welcome development and we really appreciate it. It aids our businesses, it aids our movement.
This light is on every night.
Governor Ifeanyi Okowa also embarked on beautification driven by cultural uniqueness of the state capital. The environmental improvements and the general atmosphere of the town has endeared Deltans to remain in their domain and for others to return home to settle.
When you go to major cities, you are not able to appreciate the road network because part of the road is being taken by hawkers. In Delta State, we try to take the hawkers off the road by giving them alternative. If you go to those that were had occupying the Nebisi Road to Okpana Road before now, they are now in what is called the New Anioma Market off the road. And that way, you don't have challenges with the road. The road is maintained. You have free flow of traffic.
If you look at Asaba right now, the cleanliness, everything is in shape. It compares well, like Uyo and so many other places. Kudos to His Excellency.
Governor Okowa's intervention at the Asaba International Airport with the reconstruction of the runway and installation of navigational facilities and subsequent concession of the airport makes it the first airport to be successfully concessioned in the country.
The best way to go with our airports is to concession them into private hands to get them better managed. Delta State took up the challenge. They dialogued with us in the ministry and they decided that they are going to concession the Asaba airport. Here you are after 3 tedious years being fully guided by the ICRC and they're able to put this to reality.
The concession of the airport is one of the most strategic and economically wise decision of the state government. In the first place, we should know that government is not supposed to run business. The business of government is to provide a conducive environment. So engaging a private partnership arrangement for the airport, for me, is the best thing to do.
Today, Asaba Airport is one of the busiest airports in Nigeria, hosting about 20 flights a day with so many airlines, and it serves not just Deltans but the neighboring states. It would also be the first airport in Nigeria to have an international hotel.
Delta State need to be commended. As a state, they had the courage to build an airport of international standard. It's not mean this thing. They have built it and you can see the traffic. It has brought Delta State to the world.
Massive shots on the door is static, synthetic.
Asaba is home of Nollywood stars, and this has prompted His Excellency to build a gigantic and classic film village and leisure park. This will definitely change the landscape of Asaba and would positively impact the economy of the city. Governor Okowa is passionate about these twin projects.
Obviously, a lot of work has been done. There may be one little delay or the other, but definitely a lot of progress has been made. It is my desired hope that we should be able to give life to this twin project by the Easter season, which is just only a month. We all look forward towards the fun that people will be able to get for their families from this park.
Some other almost completed infrastructures are the High Court, Mechanic Village, Chief of Staff and SSG's building, and some public offices, the Press Center, Nigeria Union of Journalists NUJ building, legislative quarters. With all these in the state capital, we can say Governor Okowa is not just a road master, but an infrastructure master.
You can't quantify the benefit that will come out of that place. Imagine a state that existed for 30 years and the journalists don't have a roof over their heads. As I speak with you now, I'm speaking from a temporary site where we are paying rent annually. And the joy will be so profound that the world will know that something has happened to the journalists in this state. I want to commend Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa for coming to our rescue. The journalists practicing in Delta State will forever remain grateful to Governor Ifeanyi Okowa.
Governor Okowa is a godsend to come and redeem some impossible situations, especially this mechanic village. It's actually going to affect me positively in the sense that it will enable me have the access of bringing goods direct from abroad, like the area we were before in the streets. That opportunity wasn't there, all that. But this one now is an international market.
The creation of the new university in Asaba, Dennis Osadebe University by the Governor Kowa-led administration, will not only increase the inflow of people into the state from all parts of the country and beyond, it will broaden Deltans' access to university education and also increase economic activities.
We are happy with the progress thus far. So there's no doubt that the university is going to be a place that a lot of persons want to come into. You know the way Asaba is at the moment. All the courses we did present for immediate accreditation in the first year, both here in Dennis Osadebe University, the University of Delta Agbo, and the University of Science and Technology Ozoro, they were all accredited.
Education is a priority, and we are happy that it's following it very well. More universities will create more educated people in Delta State and in Nigeria as a whole. That will reduce the restiveness, unemployment in the place. And we are happy that we have more universities in Delta State.
The administration has constructed, renovated and equipped classroom blocks and administrative buildings in primary and secondary schools. In the same vein, he has built, upgraded, and re-equipped health facilities and services in the state capital to match its status.
This present administration, you can see transformations here and there. Asaba Specialist Hospital has been upgraded. You have every section in that place, including sickle cell units. And that sickle cell unit is helping the state a lot. It's a comprehensive hospital. And the hospital is neat.
The education is very good now. We are happy with his administration. As things goes on now, we are comfortable. Like me being in this school, I'm very happy. Likewise, other schools, it's a conducive environment for learning and for a teacher to teach. Governor Ifeanyi Okowa, I pray that God will give him more grace so that he will complete all that he planned for Delta.
The new technical college being built by the administration is set to welcome new students as the beautiful structures have added yet another center of interest to the city.
The new technical school college has transformed the area, transformed the city. So it's a big development to the state and to the local government.
Product of this school, to a very large extent, will be independent. They will not be job seekers. Instead, they will be job creators. So the ideology behind this project is a very great one that is not common with ordinary men. We are done with the main structural works. We are almost completing the external works. In a number of weeks to this time, we hope to deliver this project for use.
Because of all these infrastructures and the peace that exists in the state capital, tourists and investors are encouraged to come into Asaba to establish one or more businesses.
The last 7 years of governance in this state has been very impactful because the current governor of Delta State makes peace as a cardinal objective, youth development as a cardinal objective of his administration. And you can see that there is increase in rural-urban migration.
The well-thought-out initiatives by the present administration has brought about the several shopping malls and entertainment centers Deltans now enjoy in the state. Different high-profile hotels have sprung up. Numerous gas stations and lots of growing small businesses have helped to reduce youth restiveness as more persons are gainfully employed.
We made our feasibility studies before we put this here, and in our course of going around, we discovered that Asaba is one of the fastest developing states and one of the most beautiful states. And also look at recent and massive developments from the present governor, how he has been able to encourage tourism, which is also another good sector for income to any states.
Delta has been investment friendly. We've had support from the government in terms of giving us the necessary approvals, in terms of getting the right location, and then of course in terms of peace in the environment. So we found Delta quite interesting to invest.
The best economies in the world have grown on the back of serene environments that encourage investors to come in to set up businesses. The Governor Ifeanyi Okowa-led administration in Delta State holds a strong view that infrastructure development will engender economic growth and also lead to social improvement.
The feedback segment.
This week, we have a commendation from rich_store_s on our Instagram page, and it reads, I visited Asaba December 2021 and I couldn't recognize most of the places again. Governor Okowa is indeed working and has really transformed the landscape of the state capital. Keep up the good work.
I want to urge all Deltans and all Nigerians and persons from across the world to continue to watch Smart Delta. They're doing so well. It's a good means of communication of what we do in Delta State. I'm quite excited that they've been getting the information out there. If you want to know a lot about what is going on in governance and development in Delta State, continue to watch Smart Delta. You will definitely be able to get all the information that you require.
Text your questions to 08121192133 or send with the hashtag access to all our social media platforms.
You better run, come to Delta State. Come and see the good things where Okowa they do. You better run, come to Delta State. Come and see the good things where Okowa they do. I see a job and work creation in Delta, make the youth say them highlight Okowa. I see good roads everywhere in Delta, make the people say them cola. Come live in Delta. Say me I say, come invest in Delta. Come explore the potentials of our state.